Today we shall discuss the methodology of writing essays. An essay is something you will have to write throughout your academic life, beginning with your school stage and not quite ending with your doctoral research stage. We shall identify the 10 steps, the 10 easy steps that you have to follow in order to write the perfect essay. Point number 1, topic. You have to select the topic on which you propose to write the essay very carefully. This is when the selection of the subject matter of your essay is left to your choice. You must, in that case, choose a subject matter with which you are familiar and on which you are confident of writing. Usually, the subject matter of your essay is chosen by someone else, such as the question paper setter. In that case, you must familiarize yourself very closely with the question. You must understand what the question paper setter is trying to convey. You must make sure that you have comprehended the topic on which you have been asked to write, comprehended the topic, the subject matter chosen, selected for your essay in a very thorough manner. This is the first step. This is also a very crucial step. If any error takes place at this stage, the result will be disaster. Even if you write a brilliant essay, but the essay is not on the topic selected by your question paper setter, or not on the topic as understood by your question paper setter, well, you will have to pay a very heavy price for this mistake. Step number 2. Write down very briefly the points. This is a very important step because it is from the points that you write down very briefly that your essay will be born. This is your seed, and from your seed will grow your mighty tree. After very briefly jotting down the points, organize the points in the right order. The idea is that when you expand the points you have noted down in the right order, you get your essay. Point number 3. You must ensure that your essay has a striking opening. The opening should be such that it captures the attention of the reader. As the saying goes, well begun is half done. You have to make sure that the very first part of your essay is such that it grabs the attention of the reader. You can begin your essay with a striking quotation or with a relevant proverb or even a short joke or a short anecdote. Whatever it be, it should be such that it impresses your examiner. Point number 4, balance. I always advise my students to take a balanced approach. You should never ever make a statement which is likely to hurt the feelings of any section of the people. Please remember that your examiner is also a human being like you, with his own prejudices, interests, fears, conflicts, and complexes. You don't know what is going to provoke him, what is going to irritate him. The ideal solution would be to take a balanced approach. For example, you have to write an essay on ecology versus industrialization or ecology versus development. You should not say that all we care for is the ecology, let there be no development, let there be no industrialization. At the same time, you should not say all we want is development, let the ecology go to hell. Instead, you should say that the ecology has to be protected and development has to take place simultaneously, and that these are not, strictly speaking, mutually exclusive choices, and that with wisdom, with effort, we can sort out the issue and ensure that there is development, all round development, and also complete protection of the ecology. Point number 5, illustrate. Whatever you say, you must illustrate it with suitable examples. Whatever be the matter that you write, they should be backed with sufficient suitable examples. Unlock the power of exemplification and also unlock the power of quotation. You should illustrate your statements with appropriate examples and also use appropriate quotations whenever you feel it necessary. Point number 6, personality. You are not a computer, you are not a machine writing an essay. On the other hand, you are a human being and you should allow your personality to express itself through the essay. Your essay ideally should be the essay which you write, which you alone can write, and which others cannot write. You must constantly attempt to relate yourself as a person to whatever you say in your essay. Point number 7, paraphrase. It is not advisable to repeat the exact words in your question while writing your essay. However, you cannot avoid speaking of the question completely. Hence, what you should do is to repeat the idea in the question at various points in your essay, but repeat the idea in your question by paraphrasing the question. Use your own words to paraphrase the question and repeatedly embed this paraphrase at various points in your essay. The idea is to give your examiner the impression, I hope it is not a false impression, the impression that you have understood the import of the question and that you are indeed answering the same. Point number 8, length. How long should your essay be? Well, that depends on the context in which you are writing the essay. Are you a schoolboy, or are you a doctoral student, or are you somebody in between these two points? Frequently, the length of the essay is prescribed by your question paper setter. In that case, you should follow the prescription meticulously. If there is no clear instruction from the question paper setter, and if your teachers tell you that there is no convention regarding the length of your essay, you should decide the length of your essay depending on the quantum of marks set aside by your question paper for it. For example, you can work out the number of marks and the time at the disposal of each mark. For example, if you have worked out that you can spend 1 minute for 1 mark and your essay carries 20 marks, you can spend 20 minutes to write the essay. It's as simple as that. You have to divide your essay into paragraphs. Again, the number of paragraphs in your essay can be decided only after you take the context in which your essay is written into consideration. Discuss the matter with your teachers and come to a conclusion. I generally advise my students to organize their essays into short paragraphs rather than long paragraphs. Point number 9, conclusion. This is very important. Somebody said, any fool can begin a romance. Any fool can begin a romance, but it requires considerable skill to end it. But it requires considerable skill to end it. I think this is very applicable to the essay as well. I've come across numerous essays written by students which have brilliant beginnings, which have brilliant openings, but shoddy conclusions, shabby conclusions. Please remember that the last part of your essay is read by your examiner last, and hence is more likely to influence your examiner's decision regarding the quantum of marks to be awarded to you than any other part of your essay. So make sure that the conclusion of your essay is a striking one. You can conclude with a quotation, with a proverb, with anything, but it has to be effective. Point number 10, title. Again, this is quite important. You have to choose an appropriate title for your essay. The title of your essay is very important because it is that part of your essay which strikes the eye of the examiner first, even before the opening paragraph of your essay. Hence, choose a title which is striking, which is appropriate, which is memorable.